Are you surprised they're dropping back and throwing?
I'm not. I like dropping back and throwing, but I need a screen. I need something quick. Faison down here at the bottom of the screen. Get it to him and see if you can get some blockers out in front. Get the ball out of Riley's hands quick.
They've converted 8 of their last 9 on third down. They're 10 of 14 for the game. 1:01 to go now with the time on the clock. Faison, the motion man. Leonard steps up. He's in trouble and sacked back at the 49-yard line by Izzard.
And that's just brutal. It's really only a 3-man rush, but it looks like a lot more than that as the left tackle, Tosh Baker, gets beat inside by Vanover. Riley Leonard really doesn't have anywhere to go because they're using Abdul Carter as a quarterback spy, and then they just collapse with Izzard on top.
I'm surprised by the consecutive pass plays here. You know, they're a team that's rushed for more yards this year than they've thrown for. That's been their calling card, including the quarterback Leonard. But with 2 subs in there on the offensive line, they're dropping back and trying to throw it when they're very close to field goal range.
I don't have a problem with throwing it, but I don't like the decision to try to throw it downfield. It's got to be quick. It's got to be screens. It's got to be things that are bang, bang right out of Riley Leonard's hands. They didn't go with that. They went with standard drop back, and that gave the Penn State defense way too much time to collapse on the passer.
So 4th down and 9, and Notre Dame you'd think would punt. This would be the most daring fake punt of all if Notre Dame tried another one from here, with Rendell punting and Tracy on his 10-yard line. Penn State has a couple of timeouts left. Tracy, fair catch, 15-yard line. So here's Aller. How do they play it with 47 seconds to go? Are you aggressive or are you cautious?
I'm aggressive. I mean, I got 2 timeouts. I feel like the momentum's been back and forth. The quarterback, for the most part, all season long, his whole career, Drew Aller's made good decisions. He's got 50-plus touchdowns, only 9 career interceptions. He's not likely a guy that's going to put the ball in harm's way. I trust him. I think he can do it. And I would empower him in this situation to drive him down the field for a game-winning field goal.
He's 11 for 20 for 139. They start with a handoff to Singleton. He has a lot of running room. He has a first down. And he's out to the 28-yard line. The clock will stop for a moment to move the chains. They have a redshirt freshman kicker, Barker. They keep putting time back on the clock. The game clock operator not stopping it quickly enough when these first downs are picked up. 84 yards rushing. There's Barker. As long as 49. Aller hit as he throws, and it is intercepted. Christian Gray picks it off.
There's an interception. First down. Notre Dame.
They got aggressive, and it has blown up on them as they turn it over for the first time tonight. Snead came on a blitz.
And it was a huge mistake by Drew Aller. Wants to work left, works all the way back, and you can never throw late over the middle. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You want to make a play for your team, but you cannot throw it blind from that far away. And Christian Gray, just like the USC game, delivers one of the biggest interceptions of his career.
If it stands, it's his 3rd of the season. They're reviewing it to make sure it was a catch.
That is so out of character for Drew Aller, who always seemingly makes great decisions. But here, Gray, it does look like it's secure. It looks like both hands are underneath. And I'd be surprised if this call isn't confirmed.
Gray's a sophomore from St. Louis. The teams from time to time have looked like they've gone after him. But the coaches say he's had an excellent year, and it's hard to argue. They're 5th in the country in pass defense entering tonight. They lead the country in takeaways. That's their 32nd when it stands. And it certainly looks like it will. Brad Van Vark is the replay official. Here's the verdict.
After review, the defender had his hands under the ball with firm control. It is confirmed. First down, Notre Dame.
So 33 seconds. All 3 timeouts for Notre Dame. And they're not far from field goal range right now. I think they would try one from here with Jeter, even if they didn't pick up another inch. But they'd certainly like to get closer.
And I think you got to think run the football here. You drop back to throw it. The pass rush got home. Got to be thinking run here for the Irish.
And it is, and it's Leonard. Leonard up the middle. Tripped up by Zaki Wheatley at the 37. From here, about a 54-yarder. Timeout, Notre Dame.
One thing that now Marcus Freeman can also acknowledge here at some point is, hey, we don't want to score too quick here. So if you break free...
Well, I think they're playing for the field goal, right?
I would think
they're going to run a couple more plays and try to kick it on 4th down if it works out that way.
Right.
Or get another first down and kick it on what they hope will be the last play.
But if you break free, and right there, Riley Leonard wasn't far from potentially squeaking there and maybe finding a lot of open space. Round jet sweep, and it's a nice play. To score a touchdown. If you need to kneel on it at the 3-yard line and we take a couple more knees, no problem. Do not find the chance to go down and potentially tie it with their own touchdown.
Even if you could break free and score from here, because where they are right now, this is far from a gimme field goal. So you're saying run down close and stop.
Yes, get down to the 5-yard line, slide down on your behind, kneel it 3 times, force them to use the timeouts and kick the game winner from about 25 yards away.
Oh, high snap. Leonard fielded it. Leonard battling for all he can. Stood up by Kobe King. They got 2 more. Another timeout with 23 seconds to go.
Notre Dame has called their second charge timeout. 30 seconds away.
They don't dip into the portal much, but Leonard came from Duke. And Mitch Jeter came from South Carolina. Only 13 players out of the portal this year. But they are the 2 men at the forefront right now for Notre Dame, trying to get them into the national championship game. The 53 was for South Carolina against Georgia State a couple of years ago. It would be just about that, maybe a yard shorter. I asked him in media day, do you care which hash mark? He said no. We're on the right hash right now.
Notre Dame, I just continue to run the football. And if I'm Penn State, I'm getting as many guys up to the line of scrimmage as possible.
I think they try to run it in the middle of the field if they could. Leonard's going to throw it into a crowd. Greathouse the catch. A great night for Greathouse. They're at the 25-yard line. And now they're in comfortable field goal range after a 10-yard gain. Leonard gets them up there quickly. And he spikes it. What do they gain from that?
Well, they get to preserve that last time out, because if, God forbid, you got tackled and you had to run the hurricane field goal situation.
Well, wouldn't you just ask Jeter right now, where do you want the ball? And have Leonard move the ball to that position in the field. Freeman waving Mike Denbrock away as he was going to make the play call. So 16 seconds to go. It's 2nd down and 10.
Anticipate them trying to center it now.
Yep, they tried to center it at the 25, about a 42-yard field goal from there. And the clock stopped again by Penn State. Each team has 1 timeout left. My guess would be Notre Dame would.
Penn State called their second charge timeout of the half at 14 seconds. 14.
Snap it one more time. Use their timeout. And then James Franklin will try to ice the kicker with his timeout. And the stage would be yours, Mitch Jeter.
I think you just run something right up inside. At this point, 42-yard, nothing's been a guarantee for Notre Dame's kicking unit, but of late and in the postseason, it's been terrific for Jeter and company. So something very high percentage, right up inside, maybe a quarterback sneak, and something that would not expose the ball carrier to potentially having the ball ripped out.
He looks like a guy who's about to try the biggest field goal of his life. You saw the nugget. No kickers. Made a field goal in the fourth quarter of a college football playoff game, and this the 11th year history of the event. They get him a couple of yards closer. And a timeout called by Penn State.
It's called their third and final charge timeout at 12 seconds.
So they want to preserve some time. You have to kick the field goal now if you're Marcus Freeman because it's fourth down. So James Franklin's thought is, okay, if he kicks it and makes it, at least we're going to have a chance to touch the ball.
With Drew Aller's arm, I mean, he can throw it a really long way. So a Hail Mary for Penn State, unlike most teams, is alive from probably as far away as your own 40-yard line.
So Mitch Jeter, the last 2 years at South Carolina, he was 23 out of 25 in field goals. Had a year left, graduated with a degree in biological sciences from South Carolina. Came to Notre Dame. Why wouldn't you to finish your career? His dad looks on. Graduate student from Salisbury, North Carolina, to give Notre Dame the lead in the final seconds. 41-yard attempt. Snap and hold are good. The kick